In the past few minutes, the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt has said that the U.S. would take 4 to 6 weeks to complete operations in Iran. Leavitt also tried to reassure reporters on the increasing concern over U.S. munitions stockpiles ahead of Donald Trump's meeting with defense contractors later today.
As the president has maintained, we have more than enough ammunitions, weapons, stockpiles to achieve the objectives of Operation Epic Fury and beyond.
Well, Henry Olsen is a senior fellow at the Ethics and Public Policy Center based in Washington, D.C. He joins us live now. Welcome to the program. I just want to get your reaction to what Caroline Leavitt just said in the past few minutes, saying that the U.S. could take 4 to 6 weeks to complete their operations in Iran. What would that mean for the American public?
Well, what it would mean for the American public is increase in gas prices. Gas prices are already up close to 10% in the United States since the beginning of the war. It'll probably go up. It certainly also means continued news about the war will drown out other news, which means neither the president will be able to focus on the domestic agenda, nor will the Democrats be able to make their charges. This will be all war, 24/7, at least for as long as the duration, which looks to be at least through Easter.
And with regards to Donald Trump's polls before this war on Iran started, they were quite low. A week into this conflict now, how would you describe those latest polls?
So far, the president's job approval has neither gone up nor down. The approval with respect to the war roughly tracks his job approval ratings, which is to say about 43% of Americans approve of the attack on Iran. About 43% had approved of his job performance before the attack on Iran. In other words, if you're for Trump generally, you're giving him the benefit of the doubt in this effort. And if you were against Trump beforehand, you are overwhelmingly opposed to this effort. Of course, that can change as the war goes on and depending on what happens. Americans tend to like quick, decisive victories, and if that's how it looks in a couple of weeks, that'll be good for the president. They tend to not like collateral damage to either the economy or to their soldiers, and if it looks bad in 2 to 3 weeks, that'll probably hurt the president.
And Henry, what if this is a forever war? What if this is another Iraq? What if this is another Afghanistan? Because it looks like the US is applying the template that they used on Venezuela. What if that template doesn't work here?
Yeah, well, it's quite clear that Americans do not want another forever war. They do not want to be occupying Iran with significant numbers of troops. They do not want to be bombing Iran by the end of the year. They want this over. There was a poll from the CBS News that showed that approval of the war was directly tied to its length. If people thought that it was going to take years, the people who thought it would take years were overwhelmingly opposed to the war. The people who thought it would be over in just a few days or weeks were overwhelmingly supportive. If we're talking about this war and American troops being shot at and occupying Iranian cities in July and August, that will be very bad for the president.
Henry, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. Henry Olsen, really appreciate your time and your insights on this topic. Live there from Washington, D.C.
Thank you.